7 years, maybe 8 years, 7 or 8 years that I've been on YouTube creating content. And for the past 7 years, all I've wanted is a successful YouTube channel, something that I can rely upon to be a full-time content creator. Now, in the past year, I actually have become a full-time content creator because of the skills that I've learned over the past 7 or 8 years creating content for YouTube. I am now a full-time videographer, photographer, content strategist, helping other people build and grow their socials using video like YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and all that kind of stuff. But I still don't have a channel or a social media profile that I think somebody would call successful. Now, like I said a little bit earlier, I'm being very quiet because it's very early here in the house. I just finished packing up the car because I am heading to the House of Champions in Longwood, Florida, which is the pro wrestling training facility that I work with here as one of my clients, creating content for their YouTube channel, their podcast, their Instagram, and all that kind of stuff. And so we have a very, very busy day today with content that we have to shoot. We're shooting ads, we're shooting podcast episodes, we're shooting some Instagram reels. It's a full day, and I've got to get there earlier than everybody else because I've got to set up lights. I've got to make sure my cameras are set up. I've got a lot to do. And now that I got it all inside, I get to put it all together by myself, alone. Fun. Media Day went incredible. We got a lot of really great content for the House of Champions, for their YouTube channel, for Instagram Reels, things like that. And that's one of the things that I've noticed in working with businesses as I've been growing my own business over the past 18 months in video and helping people with video and things like that, is when you are a business and you already have a brand that is tied to a specific niche, it's actually really easy to pick a niche and stick to that niche and create content in that niche to serve a specific audience. On the other hand, when you're just an individual person who has a ton of interests and a ton of things that you're passionate about, and you're doing a ton of different things in your life, it's been really hard for me over the past 7 years of trying to grow a YouTube channel to just pick a niche and stay to it, niche, whatever you call it, and just stick to it and just carry through that for a very, very long period of time. Now, when I say that I've jumped around niches a lot, I mean I've jumped around niches a lot. Now, this whole thing started because my brother came to visit me here in Orlando, and we were at Disney World, and he was talking about all of these people who were creating Walt Disney World content and being successful on YouTube with it. So I decided, well, I could do that. I work at Walt Disney World. I'm in the parks all the time, and that's really where my content started, was with Walt Disney World content. But a few years into creating that content, I made the decision to go to law school, and knowing that I wasn't going to be able to keep up with that content, I switched up everything I was doing and started making content about my law school experience. Now, during law school, knowing what YouTube and content could do for a business and thinking that I was going to become a lawyer, I started talking about what I thought I would be practicing as an attorney, mainly focusing on social media law, helping content creators bridge the gap between the law and social media to protect themselves online. And that's when I ran into a little bit of a problem where I wasn't going to become a lawyer. I made a decision probably halfway through my law school career that I was not going to practice law, that I was not going to become an attorney. Now, what's interesting is that it was right around this time that I actually started working at a YouTube channel called Think Media. And Think Media helps people build and grow their businesses using online video, specifically on YouTube. And in my time at Think Media, I learned so much about the world of YouTube and creating YouTube content and growing a YouTube channel. Now, right around this time, I also actually changed my niche again. I started doing videos about vlogging and why you should create vlogs on YouTube and how to create vlogs and the gear you should use and all that kind of stuff. But one of the big benefits of being at Think Media was the ability to learn from content creators that are just in another class of content creator, like Sean, who actually started Think Media over 14 years ago or something like that at this point, and just understanding the absolute best and fastest ways to grow on Think Media, and having the opportunity to sit down with Heather, who was the COO of Think Media at the time, and talk about what I was doing with my content. Heather made the suggestion that, you know, I hadn't really grown a vlog. I didn't have a channel that was a vlogging channel that had 10,000 or 20,000 or 50,000 subscribers, so I hadn't really done the thing yet, so how was I going to talk about it? And Heather suggested to go back to doing the Disney content. And that's exactly what I did. I went back to doing Walt Disney World content. I created content for the first time Walt Disney World, and I did that for like 2 years straight. Like, I really dug in on it for like 2 years. It was around March, April of 2023 that I just started feeling like I don't know, I didn't want to be making that type of content anymore. I had other interests. I was more than just a wealth of information about Walt Disney World. And don't get me wrong, I'm a wealth of information about Walt Disney World, but like, I was more than that, and I wanted to do more than that. And what's funny is Sean used to say to us, he's like, when the student is ready, the teacher would appear. And right around that time, as I was getting these feelings of like not wanting to do that, I started seeing content on YouTube about be the niche, and you are your own niche, and, you know, having a nicheless channel, not niching down and not being known for one singular thing. And it just got me thinking, and like, I was like, well, maybe I can do that. And I actually made a couple of videos talking about how, you know, I was just going to talk about my own problems that I was solving on the channel. And then after that, I stopped making YouTube content. Like, I just quit for like a year. Actually, a bit more than a year, because it's been like 18 months since I put a video out. Like, and this is the first video, so. And so this is why I just feel like I haven't been successful on YouTube. Jumping around from niche to niche, I haven't been able to serve a single audience, and therefore I haven't been able to really build and grow. But the question is, well, what's the difference now? Like, am I doing something different now? Am I picking a niche and just going in on that niche and just trying to actually be successful with this? Or am I continuing along this path of like, I don't know what I'm doing? Well, interesting you ask that. Like Sean said, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And it's so funny that I saw a video from Sean on the Think Media channel just the other day talking about this topic, niching down. Should you niche down or should you not niche? And for him, it really came down, I think, to one thing. Is your audience there for the topic that you're talking about, or are they really just there for you? Is your audience interested in the information in the singular topic that you are trying to give to them? Or are they really just interested in you and the things that you're doing, the challenges you're taking on, the way that you're experiencing the world? To me, it's a bit narcissistic for me to sit here and say, well, I want people to be here for me. I don't know. Like, are you here for me? Are you here because you're interested in the things that I have to say about the things that I am passionate about? Or are you here because I have information that I could provide to you that's going to save you time, save you money, save your energy and your resources that, you know, is going to be helpful to you? I don't know. I'm not sure. So I'm actually asking you. Go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Let me know. What are you here for? Are you here for me? Are you here because you're interested in the journey that I'm on, in the things that I'm doing, and building a business as a videographer and trying to grow a YouTube channel? Or is there another question about the things you know that I know that you want to find out? I would love to hear from you, and let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, that's where I'm at. What I do know is that I'm back on YouTube, and that is what I call progress.